Hello there. Welcome to Trash Talk. Man, this is the last show of the year. Can you
Hmm.
believe it? Wow.
No, I kind of,
Closing.
I mean, yeah, kind of, yeah, not really. It's weird. It's like I felt like Thanksgiving hit, and then it was the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like fast forward, and also I was just thinking 25% of the century is gone.
Why do
Now,
you got to break it down? Why do you got to break it down like that? Like,
my brain thinks that way. I look at the oddball kind of facts and figures, and I mean it just doesn't seem like it was 25 years ago that we were all worried about the millennium, the going from 1999 to 2000. All of a sudden, that was 25 years ago.
I know when they start talking about, I was talking to my buddy about certain trends in movies and television shows and things that work that people find interesting. And I was telling him, I said, everybody likes to go back to the 80s and the nostalgia of the 80s. I
Yeah.
said, the reality is that's going to change very soon, and you're going to have the nostalgia of the 90s.
Well, you talk about the 80s.
And that
That's
freaks me
that's
out.
40, almost 40 years ago, almost,
I
it's
know.
almost two generations ago. Come on, 80s, even if you start talking about the millennium, that's almost 2000, two generations ago.
And I gotta be honest, the 2000s have not been really exciting. The 2000s have not been great.
No, they're trying to cram a lot into a short period of time.
Yes, yes. Like, well, I mean, look at you're talking, let's talk sports, man. Just do you remember just not too long ago we had the spring games for college football we were talking about. We were talking about, okay, what are our teams going to do this year? Clearly, my team decided to wet the bed again. That's what Michigan State does. But hey, at least we're not Michigan and we don't have that situation going on. So I'm okay.
Yeah. But it's I mean, I don't know what it is that as we get older, you know, and at least this guy, it's like somebody put their foot on the accelerator.
They do.
It's like moving too fast, and we say, "Whoa, wait a minute! Look, just take for instance, computers, and social media. In 2000, yeah, I mean, we were headstrong into the computer age and all, and we're connecting with each other and we're texting and the phones are getting better and all that. Today, I mean, whatever phone you buy today, it's obsolete by 6 months from now.
Oh, 100%.
And AI everything now. Robots taking over stuff that didn't happen 25 years ago. It was in the process, but it wasn't what it's. And my mind says to me, okay, it's 2026. When is all of this going to change dramatically? Well, it ain't going to be 50 years from now or
No.
25 years from now. It's going to be 3 to 5 years from now. Everything's going to be dramatically changed.
Well, and if you look in the direction that they're going with a lot of the technology, I mean, they've been paving that way for a while and it's happening. And now we're having to create new laws and new regulations on some of this technology because we didn't think about this stuff. We didn't
Yeah.
have an opportunity. We didn't know what it was going to create. And so, yeah, it's really wild to think about. In one aspect, our technology is moving very far. But then when you look at other countries, I mean, I'm just going to go to China. You look at China, we ain't close to China. I don't care what anybody says. They've got some stuff going on that I am blown away on. Blown away.
Yeah. And what's interesting to me is every time we start to dabble in something, the media just blows it up and spreads it all over the
Of
place.
course.
What do you hear from China?
Nothing. Crickets.
Yeah, just keep it quiet, keep it under wraps. Yeah,
There's something
because
to that. There's something to that. I know it's two different cultures and two different governments and two different beliefs, but there's kind of something to that. Let's just keep it in house until we get it perfected. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind
well,
of like it's kind of like social media for me. Like I don't air all my laundry on social media, despite the podcast, and I get pretty open about things. But I don't dive into everything that's going on in my life on social media because keep it in house. I think sometimes you got to do that. I think we as the United States, we talk too much.
well, we do, and we also talk too much before we cross the finish line. While it's in the process, we're doing this, we're doing that, and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, if it fails, then well, it didn't really. That isn't exactly. We're not finished. We're
We're
still
not done
working
yet.
on it.
Yeah.
But
We're still we're still tweaking out and testing and I think that what we're gonna see it's interesting because when we were looking at 1990 like 1999 going into 2000s we're like oh my God, and now we're 26 years in, you know what I mean, we're and we're like the big advances are happening every 6 months. You know what I mean? It's not a big leap. And I think we kind of get numb to it sometimes.
well, yeah, and also to me, it's not a good move because as soon as you start saying what's happening or what's on the immediate horizon, then they want to regulate it. I think that's
Hmm.
where China is smart. They got all this stuff going on, but they don't tell anybody about it, so there's nobody passing laws to prevent it or control it.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's interesting. I don't know what to expect this year. I don't know what to expect, but I mean, changes in on a smaller level, changes on the way we view entertainment is completely. I mean, on a streaming level, we now have Netflix buying one of the largest studios in the country. And now there's a wrench in that plan and it's going to take a minute, but they are in the forefront. If Netflix buys Warner Brothers, that changes the landscape of entertainment. That
Yeah.
changes the movies, especially from a company that said they don't believe in movie theaters anymore. That now we are now back to cable because you will be buying a platform and the price will be you pay XXX premium for all of it
Right.
and no commercials, or you're going to just buy this and have commercials. We have cable. Streaming services have tricked us into a modern day cable now. And it's interesting because I don't think people realize, and I could go off on this forever, and I'm not, I don't think people realize the impact that'll have if Netflix actually does buy the WB. I don't think that people realize what that means for entertainment and how negative it actually really is.
Well, and not only that, but it's just like what happened in the retail market, when Macy's just started buying up all of these regional stores all around the country, and also Macy's became the major player. Well, what did you see from that? The fallout from all of the second and third place things, and that's what's going to happen. All
Hmm.
these other streaming sites that we've been following, little by little, they're going to say, "Well, we just can't compete with this."
And that's it. And you're going to start to lose those options. It's really kind of like this dystopian life that we're leaning towards of stay home, buy this one brand. And that's kind of what's happening. And I'm not trying to get that way, not trying to paint like this weird apocalyptic thing, but if they all give you limited choices and limited freedoms, then you rely on these things a lot more. And if you rely on those a lot more, you kind of can be controlled a lot more. And that's another topic, but it's interesting to see the direction. I'm not a fan of the direction a lot of these things are going. I'm definitely not a fan of Netflix buying Warner Brothers, but that's a whole different story. So
Well, yeah, but you're absolutely right. And what we said at the top of the show is how everything is being accelerated. Just stop and think, well, if this goes through, what is the whole landscape going to look like two,
exactly.
3 years from now? You're going to turn on your TV, and instead of having a choice of 165 sites to go to, now you're down to maybe, 100 sites or less than that.
Well,
because they're
and
all
yeah,
controlled by the same overseer.
well, you get a situation too where now you're starting to have political implications on networks where this political party is going to buy this network for the sitting president. And now you don't think they're going to shift that narrative and shift that programming. And we've already seen it. Well, that starts to get kind of Russia and North Korea-esque, you know what I mean? And that's something that, a lot of people are too busy to pay attention to or don't
Right.
care, but that's something that we should be watching. And it just goes with what we said about how fast things are changing.
Yeah. And when it happens, we're going to be sitting there saying, well, wait a minute. What's going on here?
That's it.
You
That's
know,
it.
did we had no input on this? Absolutely not. It's just
No,
kind of thrown right into your face.
100%. It's by the time you realize that the boat is sinking, you're, knee high, you're chest high in water. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
over there
Yeah.
on the raft. You're on the raft with Leo trying to hold on, you know?
Yeah. 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 Like you said, while the boat is sinking, you're still looking for a life raft.
Right. I mean,
You
come on,
realize, oh,
y'all.
wait, what happened to my life raft?
Where'd everybody go?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Anybody out? Wait a minute. What's going on here?
It's crazy, man. It's wild. It's wild.
But
And on a personal level, I mean, think about what has gone on in your life in the last year. It just, crazy and like from the good to the complicated to the just mundane, whatever that may be, like for all of us. But I look back at a year and I go, just on I take work because work's obviously a huge part of my life. I take work and I look at the last year and I go, I was in three different stores in a year. Like, what? You know what I mean? And it's crazy. And then I look at my son, I look at Luke. If you ever want, I mean, you know this firsthand. You want to start feeling old and seeing time fly, look at your kids. You
that's
know,
you don't have to tell me. I just hit a milestone
you
birthday
did. Amazing.
recently, and
Loved it.
now the next one not too far away, only a month away. My number one kid turns 50.
Bro, bro,
50.
I know,
My
50. It's
my little toddler, is turning 50.
right. I can't imagine that because I feel that way when I go, Luke's going to turn 9. I'm like, oh, 9? Wait a minute. Wasn't I just like, hey, there's a bug in my house. Get out of here.
Yeah, yeah, before you know it, you're gonna blink and he's in middle school.
I
And
know.
so,
He's already telling me what kind of like, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for my job. And I'm like, can we just go to school? And
yeah,
like, I'm excited that he's talking
yeah,
about work. Like,
yeah.
that's fun. But he says stuff to me sometimes. And I'm like, I just haven't decided if I want a baby yet. I'm like, you're 8. It's, you know what? How about you figure out where they come from first? And then, you know,
Well, Dad, I don't have to think about where they come from. A girl in my class told me.
yeah, my girl told me already, we might be married tomorrow.
I love,
But
I
I have
love
to tell you, before we wrap the show up, I have to say, guys, I was at Stuart's birthday party and it was epic. Okay. I had so much fun and loved, like, you think that when you turn, and we'll tell everybody, 80, guys, he's 80,
what?
that you're not going to party. I'm going to tell you right now, Stuart was the last man standing. I know this.
Yeah,
I was there.
yeah, yeah. You were there, and you were helping me pack up all the last odds and ends into the car.
I
But
think he only had invited me so I could help bartend, though.
uh, we had a good time, and I still look at it and cannot believe that I've reached that number. I
You did,
never
man.
thought I'd ever see it, and
Yeah,
now
you
it's
did.
here.
You got a long way to go, my friend.
But and you're catching up to me.
I
So
am. I'm in. Hey, look, I'm a young 47, okay?
that's right. Keep it there, and keep it there for as long as you can. Even though every once
Oh,
something starts to hurt and ache and all, just keep on keeping on.
oh, every once in a while, I'm hurting sitting here right now, dude.
Yeah. Well, or what's that you said? I'm gonna have one of those another hold my beer moments.
Yes. That's it. I know I got a couple of those in my life left. Oh, you don't think I can do this? Hold my
Right.
beer.
Well, hey, God have a great New Year's and all party like it's 2025.
I guess. There's a moth in my house, guys. I got to deal with Mothra over here. Anyway.
Yeah. Brandon's not losing it.
No, I keep seeing this moth fly around. It's freaking almost January. What is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for everything.
Yeah, it's been another great year and everything. Hope everybody has a great New Year's. And by the background, you got a whole week's worth of bowl games coming up and everything. Go out there and go Hoosiers in the Rose Bowl. Love you guys. Uh,
Yeah,
we'll catch you next year. All right. Go out, man.
later.
Bye.